Welcome back to Grown Folk Talk. I am enjoying this conversation with these ladies. This is absolutely amazing. We're talking, I mean, this could be called so many things other than what smart young women know. We could call it a lot of things. But so both of you are mothers of young people.
Yes.
And Zoe, just as we were getting ready to go to break, you said something, and during the break you said something so powerful, and neither of you are with the fathers of your children, and we just talk to us about the space you're in now with them.
It took me a long time to get where I am now, but I was saying that you have to get in a space where it's healthy. Me and my son's father have a very healthy relationship now, but it wasn't always this healthy.
Okay.
And I think it had to take for me to find the maturity and growth within myself. And that was seeking therapy, and that was seeking counseling, and even advice from my friend, as in Denise.
Right.
That's like my confidant.
But let me just stop you. So one day you just say, you know what? I'm tired. I need to go and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
How did that frame that for me?
It was more along the lines of I was at my breaking point. My son's father was meeting other people, and I wasn't at that space in my life where I was ready to see him with somebody else.
Okay.
That was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. I was with this man for 7 years. I have my only child with him, and it took a lot of growth for me to figure out I'm better without him, and he has to be better without me too, because when we were together, all we did was fight, we have to be great without each other. And I'm at a spot and a place in my life where I am so excited to see him a better person, even if that means it's with somebody else.
Oh my God.
I want to see him be great, and he's flourished out of this relationship, and so have I. I've grown as a person. I'm back in school. I have my show with Danae. My son's doing beautifully. He's grown his business. He's got more money coming in for himself.
Right.
We both have flourished without each other.
You're better without each other.
We're better without each other, but we're best friends. So we call and we talk about everything we're doing together. Like, I have this project, he has this project.
Right.
Oh, I think we could collab on this, or talk to Danae about us doing this. Yeah, he's great work-wise, but we just sucked in a relationship,
Right. And some people do. And everybody's not meant to stay together.
We just sucked together, but we're great friends. And, I have somebody in my life now, and it's hard for him to understand the dynamic of my friendship with my son's father. Okay. But he understands. Like, he's getting there, and he's like, "You're not really friends." I'm like, "That's my best friend."
Because it would come across a little threatening for certain people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but when you think about it, it's the perfect dynamic.
It's amazing,
especially for your son.
It's amazing.
That he can see that it's.
He's never seen conflict. We're never allowed him to see conflict between us. He only has seen us happy. He's only seen us smiling. He's never seen us in an argument, nothing like that. He's never seen a conflict. But he's never seen us together. So I just want to put that out there. Like, you don't have to be with your child's father or mother for you guys to be happy. Right. He's never seen us in a relationship together, but he's only seen us happy. Yeah.
And so because people spend a lot of time hating each other more than they love their children.
And you put so much energy in the hate. Yes. You don't understand how much hate.
It doesn't matter how it's affecting the child or anything.
Gut, it takes so much out of you to hate somebody.
And sometimes it's a deliberate hate. Like, I'm just going to hate them. No matter what they do,
and then you start obsessing over them.
That's right.
Over the negative things. You start obsessing over their lives. And who they're seeing and what they're doing. And it starts taking over you.
It will do if you let it.
When you let it go, that's when it's all just, it's amazing. And the people that I was stressing over with him, he's not even with him. He's probably met someone different, but it's just like, it's the simple fact that if he's happy, I'm happy. Right. But we just not going to be happy together.
And your child is happy because he sees his parents are happy.
Exactly. Okay. He's never seen the conflict, but it can happen.
I love it.
Like, it can happen.
Of course it can.
It seems impossible, but it can.
No, of course. It can't, because you have to decide that that's what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Danae, so not together with your first child.
With my first child.
Father.
So my first child is she gets 12 this year. And her dad has been away since she was 3. Okay. 3. At first I was a little bit bitter because he just up and left. For his safety. But he just up and left, and I had to get to a point where, like I said earlier, he doesn't have certain tools in his toolbox
Right.
to provide to my daughter right now.
That's right.
Even when I was 16 and he was 18, I was expecting him to be a full-on father. Like, he didn't have those
He wasn't
tools.
equipped.
He didn't have it for himself. So I had to get to a point once he went away where I was like, okay, you can go on hating this person and being mad and creating a ill space for your child to grow in,
Right.
or you can be like, okay, this is what our family looks
Right.
like now.
That's right.
So,
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. And she's old enough now where she can communicate with him.
Right.
He communicates with me every now and then. We have conversations. We're not best of friends,
Right.
but we're adults, and we can have we could talk on the phone for about an hour and have
And
a
it'd be
conversation
okay.
and
Right.
it'd be fine.
Right.
But I just had to even now I have to realize that I cannot stress over the tools that he doesn't have.
Right, because you can't make him have the tools. You can't wish, hope, dream, and pray that he has the tools.
No,
he doesn't have the
have
tools.
it. And
so you have to meet him where he is.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because my life paralleled kind of with my daughter's. So now she ran away. I'm sorry, my dad ran away when I was young, and her dad's going away when.
Right.
But I have the tools to now say, okay, how are we going to build her self-esteem? How are we
Yeah.
going to support her the way that I probably didn't feel that I was supported
Right.
at that age?
Because people can say, well, it's just history repeating itself, or it's generational, or whatever it is.
And
if we talk to them,
Exactly.
and they don't feel alone, and it's okay for her
Yeah.
you to say to her, I went through the same thing, you can talk to me, or whatever it is
Yeah.
that we have to do to save them
Yeah.
from whatever comes with feeling abandoned or anything
and we're in a
else.
different time now. So
Yes.
they have WhatsApp. They can talk.
That's right.
And,
FaceTime and all of that.
FaceTime and all of that.
That's
so
it.
it's about supporting her
Right.
now and
Yes.
supporting her and her dad, fostering a relationship instead of being like, you need to call your child, or you need to do
That's
this,
right.
or you need
Right.
to do
Right.
just be supportive in the backgrounds.
Oh, you girls are so mature. You
My
ladies are so mature. I'm loving this. And so when we come back, we'll talk about how you got to where you are, meaning both of you have both talked about therapy and things like that. So we want to talk a little bit about that, because that's always a very difficult topic to address. If people went to therapy back in my day, nobody knew.
Yeah.
But it's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that, because you're helping some people right now. You're helping some people right now. We are going to come back and talk to Danae and Zoe in a few minutes. We're going to talk about a few more things to do with what smart young women know, especially as it pertains to relationships here on Grown Folk Talk. Don't forget to come back, okay?
Grown Folk Talk will be